Welcome back to another 90 Day Fiancé recap. Let's talk The Last Resort Season 2, Episode 6. I know I skipped recapping the last 2 episodes due to the holidays, but don't you worry, my little tater thoughts, Mama Po is back, and I am going to feed y'all, okay? So open wide, and let's get into the recap. It's a recap. It's a recap. I cannot go that high. It's too early. It's a recap.
Oh my, y'all, I did that. Oh my God.
I'm going to assume that you guys either watched the actual last 2 episodes of the show or watched the recaps of it, so I don't have to go over the last 2 episodes. But I do want to talk about what happened at the very end of last week, where the men were drinking. Gino and Florian in particular were super drunk, and then the women joined the bar, and Brandon's like, the fun police are here. And then drunk Gino pulls Natalie in for the tightest hug I've ever seen. All right, he literally rested his face into her boobs. So she tells Florian that he's a very bad influence, and she takes Gino's drink away.
Well, Jasmine, I'm just gonna order another one. Bartender, can you get me another drink?
So he gets another drink. All the guys are telling Jasmine to calm down, chill out. Florian's like, let this guy have fun. And Jasmine's like, we are supposed to be here for therapy. So I don't know what happened in this moment where Gino got another drink and then Jasmine grabbed it again and then she threw it away. Florian and Stacy were also at the same time arguing, but as soon as Jasmine threw the drink away, Florian turned around at Jasmine, and then Stacy grabbed Florian to tell him to stop, and then he shoved her to the side, and then she threw her drink at him. Things were getting so fucking heated so fast. Sophie was off to the side. She was scared for her life. Florian is in Jasmine's face. Okay, right in front of her face, yelling at her. Stacy is yelling at him to get out of her face. He was basically threatening her. He was like, I can become different, okay? Take away my drink one more time, bitch, and we'll see what happens. Shut the fuck up, you stupid ass bitch. Woo! Y'all, red flags, honey. Red flags.
Blah, 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 blah.
Shut your mouth, stupid ass bitch.
Come on.
Jasmine.
Jasmine. Hey, my guy.
And Stacy still yelling at Florian, get away! Y'all, it was so freaking chaotic. I'm like, what the hell is happening? So that's where last week's episode ended, and then we pick right back up. Ari and Benny walk in out of nowhere. They're just like, hi, everyone. I mean, it was so funny because the tension was so high, and I wonder if the producers felt like the fight was not de-escalating fast enough, so they threw in Ari and Benny. They walk in all happy. Yeah, we just had a great date. How's everybody? Yeah, they're totally unaware of what just happened. Stacy's on the other side with some of the other women, and she's crying, talking about how she hates when he acts like this. So clearly to me, she's dealt with this before. I think she deals with this on the reg. I did find it funny when Jasmine told Stacy, yeah, he needs some deep therapy. I'm like, girl, let's not pretend that you haven't freaked the fork out and went absolutely batshit on Gino before, like several seasons. I mean, do you guys remember how crazy she got? Screaming at Gino. If I can find a clip, let's do a little compilation.
Get out of my way.
No.
Get out of my way! 100 times no! You pay for all those wishes, and all I ask is for a month of rent!
So Benny's like, oh, the vibe is kind of awkward. What happened, you guys? Why is everyone fighting? And Rob's like, the women had to come and hated that we were having fun, so they decided to ruin it. I have a feeling that this is how Rob sees everything in life, that the women are always out to get him and to ruin things for him. And of course, Brandon agrees. He's like,
Yeah, they just want to see us miserable.
Rob's like, yeah, exactly. They want us miserable.
Then the ladies came back and they hated to see us having fun.
And miserable.
No, it can't.
Miserable. That's the part.
No,
Miserable.
No.
Misery loves company.
God, no wonder Sophie doesn't like him. No wonder they haven't had schmecks. Like ever. If I had to deal with Rob, I'd be so fucking dry. So dry. Like I would get rug burn down there walking.
All right, I'm gonna go find my wife.
Yeah, where the did my wife go?
They're getting the hell away from you. Everybody goes back to their rooms. Gino is so smashed he can barely speak.
Jasmine needs to let me have some fun with my boys. I was playing beer pong and it went ding, ding, points for me. It was so much fun with my boys. Yeah, they taught me how to play beer pong and I had so much fun and it was so fun. Jasmine is the devil.
Yeah, that's how that went.
Ding! 3-pointer, man. So, yeah, it was great. But, yeah, I'm gonna chill.
Now in Stacy and Florian's room, Stacy didn't want to sleep in the bed with him, and Florian's like, why are you complaining now, woman? And he was like, stop being dramatic, just get in the bed. And she's like, I don't like the way you spoke to Jasmine today. And then he has the audacity to say that Jasmine has anger issues. Pot meat kettle. I could tell that Stacy was biting her tongue while Florian was going on and on and on about Jasmine. She's been on this ride before. She knows how to handle this. She knows that if she could escalate it if she wanted to. She could get what she wanted to say, but then she knew that it would lead to a fight and she just didn't have the energy. She didn't want to deal with it, so she bit her tongue and they went to bed. It's the next morning and guess who's back? Josh. So he knocks on the door. Natalie lets him in and he's like, did you miss me, Natalie? No, Josh, 'cause you look at us birds, Josh. More younger, more prettier birds and you hit on the bird, Josh. And he's like, what the Okay, here comes another cuckoo analogy that I can understand. So he pretends to listen. He looks into her eyes and he nods his head. He's like, nothing's ever happened with Sophie. And Natalie's like, Josh, let me stop you, Josh. Sophie sent me the messages and I have them here with me, Josh. Oh, good. So you can clearly see that the messages were nothing. And so Natalie starts reading them. Coming to the neck of the woods, Natalie is on the wild side. There's no way I inhale that I stay with that girl. Lol. And she stares into his soul. And he's like, yeah, that wasn't worded properly. My but my auto corrected that. Damn. It's my phone's fault. And she reads another message where he invites Sophie to Viagos. And he totally gaslights her. We see a gaslighter in action. It's upsetting because most people are going to be on Josh's side because Natalie is crazy. And it's so easy to pin her as the crazy one because, side note, she is. But not in this case, okay? Not right here in this moment. You know what I mean? And he so swiftly dismisses everything. You're taking the messages the wrong way, Natalie. I clearly didn't mean it like that. I'm here to move on. Let's move on. I don't want to keep rehashing our past. I want to work on our future. And you keep getting stuck in the past. Oh, red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. Yeah, it's the past for him, but Natalie just found out like yesterday, so it's very much current news to her. This kind of reminded me of Vanderpump Rules when Raquel found out that when she was dating James in the very beginning of her relationship, James and Lala slept together. And Raquel found out years later, and after she and James broke up, Lala confessed. She was like, oh, by the way, James and I hooked up when you guys were just starting to see each other. And Raquel was like, what? Oh my God, so y'all both betrayed me. And Lala was like, oh my God, get over it. It's not a big deal. It happened so long ago. Plus, you guys are broken up. No. It does not work that way. Yeah. Well, Josh put his sprinkle magic dust on Natalie by kissing her to shut her up, and it worked. Honestly, that was super icky. Like, he was like, let's just make our future work. Let's make our future work, okay?
You use your energy not to making friends, but fixing a relationship with me.
Listen.
Use your energy.
Let's show everybody else that we can do this, okay?
Natalie was like, I'm gonna take the therapist advice and trust Josh more. So she lets it go. Time for therapy! Side note, we learned that Brandon doesn't wash up before he gets in bed. He just gets in bed and goes to sleep with his dirty ass feet after walking barefoot out in public. Why am I not surprised?
I can't believe you are going to bed last night with dirty feet when you're walking in the street. I can't believe you've done this.
I can't believe
Good morning, guys.
The next challenge is going to be on kayaks. It's basically a race. One person has to row, the other person has to untie the ball and then dunk it in a basket, and then the rower has to row them back. And whoever finishes first wins. The therapist says that once the challenge begins, you can't switch your roles. The rower can't help the thrower, and the thrower can't help the rower. Right before the challenge begins, Josh was supposed to be the thrower, but he's like, oh, okay, since the rower is going to have to do a lot of rowing, I'm going to do the rowing. And then Natalie, you can do the throwing. And the challenge begins and Natalie's laughing. I'm the leader. I'm the leader.
Josh, come on.
It's basically between Natalie and Josh and Brandon and Julia because they both shot the ball at the same time and they have to row back at the same time. But Brandon's arms got very, very tired and Josh was able to keep going and they made it back first. Natalie is so happy. We won! We won! We won! We're winners! Oh, yeah. I won!
My winner. Congratulations.
We won by a long shot. We won by a long shot.
And the therapists are about to announce the winners, but then everyone else is chanting for Natalie and Josh to get disqualified because they switched roles right before the challenge began. Now, do I think it's cheating? No. I thought they were being super sore losers. I mean, they didn't cheat in the sense that once they were out there, they didn't help each other.
Who cares? Who cares?
The therapists decide to disqualify Natalie and Josh, and this really upsets Natalie. She's so upset. She doesn't understand why everybody is chanting for their downfall. And Josh is like, it's fine, it's cool. We still won. It's fine. And Natalie is very upset. She thinks everybody is being so disrespectful.
I'm stronger and better, the fairest of them all, so I don't give a and who cares what they think.
She's so delusional. I love it. Ultimately, Julia and Brandon are the winners of the competition, and they're like, oh my God, what's our prize? What's our prize? And they win a night in the honeymoon suite. And Julia, the face that Julia made, she looked so disappointed. I mean, the honeymoon suite, really? I would not want to win a night in the honeymoon suite unless it came with a private chef, okay? And then a private session, like a massage session, and a goodie bag of really nice skincare and gifts. So they're like, yeah, you win a night in the honeymoon suite. And Julia's like, okay.
What have we been?
You guys actually won a night in the honeymoon suite of the resort.
Oh! No, please, God, kill me now. No, damn crap, damn it to hell. Giggity.
Now that the physical challenge is over, it's time for sit-down talk therapy. This part was so boring. So blah, 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 blah. They all go over their roles and how they did in the challenge. And then they focus on Rob and Sophie. How Rob was rowing, but it wasn't enough for Sophie. He feels like he always does the heavy lifting in their relationship while Sophie just gets to sit there and look pretty. And Natalie chimes in and she says, that's 'cause she's lazy.
What could you possibly do in those moments?
Some women, they think, oh, if I'm beautiful, it's automatically I have to do nothing. The thing is, your beauty is not enough.
She kept laughing while Sophie was talking. When I ask him to do something, he does what he thinks he should do, not what I'm asking him to do. Julia goes, it's not about you right now. You always look at me, look at me, look at me. And then Aria's like, Julia, don't yell. I'm done. This is too much. Meanwhile, Natalie keeps laughing. And then you can see Josh covering his face in embarrassment. He's like, oh God, it's about to happen again. Natalie is going to go off.
What could you possibly do in those moments?
I don't know.
Sorry, it's funny.
When I ask him to do something,
Another great episode. I enjoyed it very much. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch Between the Sheets for this episode, and that's going to be up on Patreon. So if you guys want to watch it with me, head over to patreon.com/mythoughts and we can watch it together. Let's see what else. I'm not going to do the comment section this time, just because I just don't feel like it, to be completely honest. Don't forget to let me know all your thoughts in the comments, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye!